But yeah, before we dive in, obviously, to your business, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so like you said, my name is J.W. Peters. I am president and co-founder of Solar Power of Oklahoma. We've been in business about 3.5 years. I'm married and have 3 kids and a 4th child living with me right now. So we live up in Edmond, and our offices are over off Broadway and Wilshire. So my partner and I, Kevin, we started Solar Power of Oklahoma about 3.5 years ago. We were actually recruited or asked to start installing for an out-of-state company out of Texas.
Yeah.
And so we said, yeah, we'll kind of figure this out. And so we jumped in and started installing solar and actually loved it. It was something that we could kind of get up every day and put a smile on our face and that we enjoyed doing. Now, we learned really quickly that the company we were installing for was not the best of character. And so we kind of decided, hey, we got to make a decision real quick.
Yeah.
Do we want to just kind of fold this up and kind of go back to construction, which is what we were doing before? Or do we want to figure out a way to make this work? And we kind of looked at each other and said, yeah, we're going to make this work. And so that was kind of where the journey started about 3.5 years ago. Fast forward to now, we've installed over 1,200 systems all over the state of Oklahoma. I've got 2 install crews here in Oklahoma City, and we're probably going to add a 3rd up in Tulsa here really quickly.
Yeah.
And I've got 6 solar advisors that kind of circle the state that kind of share with people about what we do and how we do it. And so kind of in a nutshell, that's kind of who we are and what we do.
Right, yeah. So you live in Edmond. Do you grow up in Edmond?
No, well, my wife did.
Yeah.
My wife actually graduated from Edmond Santa Fe High School, and we met when we were at school at Oklahoma State. I actually graduated high school in Bartlesville, and then quickly moved to Stillwater to go to college.
A great time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love Stillwater. My parents actually still live there, so it's definitely has a fond place in my heart.
Did you go to OSU to play any sports, or was it purely academic and fun as well?
Yeah, so it was purely fun. The academics kind of were there on the tail end of it, but no, actually. Started out in architecture and still have a bunch of good architecture buddies in the city. But really quickly learned that I didn't really want to sit behind a computer or sit behind a desk every day. So transferred into civil engineering to where I quickly met a bunch of guys in construction management. And I didn't really realize that construction management degree even existed. I thought it was like School of Hard Knocks. And, you go out there and you put a hard hat on and you go swing a hammer. But so quickly found construction management, transferred into that, loved it. Worked for Manhattan for several years, started my own company back in 2006 and had that for about 11 years before I kind of shut that down. I went to work with Kevin over at Solar Power of Oklahoma. So really that's kind of my story.
Yeah. So obviously like when you got into, doing the construction stuff and to have your own company for 11 years, you make all these relationships and, when that other company reached out to you, clearly you've been on their radar for doing, you don't put in 10 plus years of work and not stand out, right?
No, we loved what we did before. We did a lot of downtown, midtown, bricktown renovation stuff. And it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of work and it was a lot of headaches too. And kind of being given the opportunity to kind of like remove myself from that and actually go into something that we kind of believed in and thought that was kind of the way of the future. Like I said a little bit ago, like we didn't do it for the environmental reasons. We're happy that it's good for the environment, but we did it because we saw the economics. We saw our customers saving money on their bills month after month. And when you really kind of started to crunch the numbers, you're like, wow, like this is something big. And most people just don't even know anything about it. So how do we tell that story and get more and more people involved?